Hi, I'm Stacey, and today we are going to continue reading Marvin and Friends, Cheery Clairey's Winter Wonderland, and today we're going to be reading chapters 7 and 8. And if this is your first day joining us, no worries. Below, there are links to chapters 1 through 6, okay? There are 3 other story times that you can go ahead and watch and then come back and join us here. And if you have been reading with me this whole week, thank you for being here. I have been having so much fun. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that, okay? All right. So how about we go ahead and see what happens next? I'm so excited. Chapter 7, Building the Perfect Snowman. Let's make a snowman, said Big Bub. We can make him as big as we want because I am the tallest, and I can put the hat on the top of the snowman's head. The friends thought this was a great idea, and they began to scoop up handfuls of snow. Then they started packing the snow tightly to make perfectly round snowballs. Messy Marvin and Picky Paul were rolling the largest snowball for the bottom of the snowman. Unfortunately, Marvin was moving so quickly that he tripped and fell into the fluffy snow. When Messy Marvin looked up, he had small clumps of snow resting on top of his curly hair. Paul laughed and reached up to help Marvin to his feet. "Take my hand and I will help you," chuckled Picky Paul. Tired Terry needed to rest, so she took a seat on the nearest bench. Terry watched Clairey and Hannah as they made a medium-sized snowball for the snowman's tummy. They rolled their snowball around until they thought it was just the right size. Hungry Hannah could hear her tummy rumbling, and she knew that it was almost time for a snack. Luckily, Hannah had some cherries to munch on, and she offered a handful to Clairey and Terry. The girls watched Big Bub and Chatty Patty walk past. Bub was carrying the snowman's head carefully. He didn't want to drop the snowball and ruin it after all their hard work. The kids were all excited, and everyone gathered around to watch Marvin and Paul put the largest snowball in place. When Marvin and Paul were done, Hannah and Clairey placed the tummy on top of the first snowball. Then they moved it around until it was in just the right spot. Next, Big Bub placed the smallest snowball on the top of the snowman's tummy. Once the head was in place, the kids stood back and admired their hard work. Hungry Hannah and Cheery Clairey were very impressed, and they clapped joyfully. Chapter 8, Dressing the Perfect Snowman. Chatty Patty had an important question for the friends. What can we use to dress our snowman? He will need a pair of eyes, a nose, and a mouth. He will also need buttons for his coat and sticks for his arms. Hannah blinked and then giggled quietly. The group could use the treats that Hannah packed that morning for their afternoon snack to decorate the snowman. Hungry Hannah pulled out the bags of treats from her backpack to show the group. The kids used a carrot stick to make the nose. They used red licorice to make the smiling lips. 2 chocolate brownies for the eyes, and 5 cherries were perfect for the snowman's buttons. "We're almost done," said Cheery Clairey. "Now we need a hat for our snowman's head and a scarf to wrap around his neck." Terry took off her winter hat and handed it to Bub since she was beginning to feel warm. She was already wearing her long winter coat, puffy snow pants, black mittens, and her long red scarf. Picky Paul was also beginning to feel hot under his many layers of winter clothes. He took off his bright red scarf and draped it carefully around the snowman's neck. Big Bub rubbed his chin and said, "Now we need arms for our snowman." Just then, Cheery Clairey's eyes lit up, and she smiled as she remembered seeing a tree close by that had broken branches. Suddenly, Cheery Clairey turned and ran off at top speed, and Sporty Scotty decided to race after her. When the pair finally returned, they were carrying 2 broken branches. Clary and Scotty stuck the crooked branches into the sides of the medium-sized snowball, and now their snowman had arms and hands. The friends stood back and admired the wonderful snowman. They had worked as a team, and they felt proud. Marvin spoke up and asked his friends if anyone could think of a good name for the snowman. Chatty Patty blurted out the name Snowy Blizzard, and all of the friends agreed this was the perfect name for their wonderful snowman. Snowy Blizzard!
Isn't that so cool? They made a snowman! And good thing Hungry Hannah had all those snacks so they could dress the snowman up, right? Oh, they work so great as a team. Don't you agree? Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave you. And tomorrow's our last day of reading this book. We're almost done. It's been a fun week so far, hasn't it? And now, if you still want to go ahead and grab your own copy of this book, I have a link below for that. And I have a link where you can learn about this awesome author, okay? All right, well, I look forward to reading with you tomorrow, day 5, the very last day. This week went by quick, didn't it? It sure did. Bye.